All right, hello everybody. Welcome to another live stream here on Woo English. As always, my name is Hamza and I will be your host. And today we're talking about a very important topic about what's going on in the world and the ongoing war between Israel and Iran that was or that started on Friday last week or last Friday actually. Yeah. So we're probably going to, or we're probably looking at the unfolding of the Third World War. But we hope that things will not go that way, and we hope that things like will be more peaceful in the future. So, as I said, today we'll be talking about Iran versus Israel. We'll probably try to do a little like listening, but I think first I want to have like a little discussion with you about this war and your opinions about this war and what do you think about it and how do you see it and your opinions about it. So without further ado, I don't want to like waste a lot of time. I see a lot of people joining already. So I'm gonna start with a little discussion in the beginning, as I said, and the first discussion or the first question will be, which side are you standing with? I just want to see what our viewers, what English viewers think about the ongoing war between Iran and Israel before we dive deeper into this like very big conflict that is going on right now. And as I said, that is threatening of starting the Third World War. You never know what will be the next thing, but yeah, I want to start this little question in the beginning, and then we will go little by little. We will, I will guide you through a series of questions to see what are your opinions about it. But first, you can just like write for me one or two in the chat to let me know which side you're standing with so far. Maybe I don't want to I don't want to take sides today. I of course I have my own personal opinions, but I will try as much as I can to or not to step into this discussion, right? I'm just trying to like have a neutral discussion about this. I know everybody has their own opinion about this ongoing war. Nema, Iran, of course, wonderful. Nema, where are you from? Yeah, so as I said, I have of course my own opinion. All right, this is getting interesting. I say Shida is standing with Israel. I see Nema standing with Iran. So we already like we are already getting into like very interesting ground from the very beginning. All right, so Nema Moroccan. All right, me too. I'm Moroccan, by the way. What about you, Shida? Where are you from? Fida Fatih, you support Israel in this war. And I would love to know where you're from. Nema says she is Moroccan and she supported Iran, which is very like very understandable. Iran. Oh wow. Okay, that's interesting. All right, that's very interesting. That's so interesting. So Shida is from Iran, but she's supporting Israel. Okay. As I said, I don't want to like question people's opinions or whatever. I'm not here to debate. No, I know you can ask her. Shida, can you explain or can you give us why? Of course, you're don't I don't want you to feel like you are explaining yourself, but rather I want you to feel like you are just stating your opinions, right? I think I think I'm gonna share my own opinion. All right, I'm with Iran as well. I will be honest in this war at least. I have okay, wonderful. All right, so I think Shida does not want to elaborate further, and that's your right, of course. It's totally fine. Okay, as I said, we are not here to debate. Well, I hope you guys will start debating in the chat. If you want to debate, you can start debating in the chat, of course. Actually, I'm Kurd. So you were maybe prosecuted by the Iranian regime or something like that. Is that right? We have today lots of like questions that I want to discuss with you. but I just want to state the ground, like see what's going on. I see some people are joining from X, so I would love to welcome you to this kind of debate tonight, and welcome for people like from X. I know you guys really love to to argue, so if you can do that, like use your special powers here on Wu English, you can start. You can use your powers. So the question again: Are you which country are you standing with in the following? Um, uh, in the ongoing conflict, of course. I already have two like conflicting arguments in the chat, and that's good. But I would love to have like more people share their opinions. And this is a safe space, by the way. You can share whatever opinion you have, respectfully, of course. Shida, since you are from Iran, I'm sorry, I'm like picking on you. I hope you don't feel that way. So, do you feel that in the Iranian, like in Iran, people, are they supporting Israel more or Iran more, like in your country? So what other people think about that actually against war? Wonderful, yeah. I totally understand, Shida. I totally understand. But as I said in the beginning, like people have their own opinions, and so she does say the following. I'm interested. So me too. I'm interested to know what people think about the ongoing war between Iran and Israel. Um, yeah, of course. So Nema said she stands with Iran, and she said I stand with Iran. Of course, this is Nema's answer. I have a lot of people watching from X, and I hope you guys will join the discussion. I don't know if you can chat with us, but I hope you can. And if you can, please, this is your chance. This is your chance to argue. I know people on Twitter, they like to argue a lot. So you can use that here. And by the way, so maybe for people who don't know this channel, so I just want to remind you who we are. We are Wu English, a channel dedicated to learning English through stories. We provide a wonderful tool to learn English, which is learning English through stories. So we believe the best way to learn English is to learn it through a context. You can already see how our contexts are very interesting. So now we are giving you the ground to express your opinions, express your feelings, and at the same time, you will be using your English, right? So this is exactly what we want. And yeah, so the topic of today's discussion is the ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel. We already have a video on our channel about this, or we have, I think, 3 videos about this. So you can go and you can watch them if you would like. But for now, can you share with us your opinion? Shida, I will join you. I think maybe me too. I want to know what people think, but a lot of people don't are not sharing their opinion. So I'm gonna move on to the next question, and maybe more people will join the discussion, hopefully. So this was the first question. You can always share your opinions about which country, which state do you believe is rightful. When we say rightful, meaning someone who is on the right way or on the right side. So you can share with us your opinion about who do you think is rightful in this war. But for the moment being, let's go to the second one. Who do you think is in the right? There is a missing R there. I'm sorry for that. Who do you think is in the right? Is it Khamenei and his system, or is it Netanyahu and his system? None of these, of course, are our opinions. So we're just sharing like both sides of the conflict, and we let you guys decide. Who do you agree with? And I want to be back. So where are you staying right now, Shida, if I may ask? I'm sorry, I'm asking you a lot of questions, but your opinion seems to be very interesting. That's why I'm asking you. I'm not asking you to target you or to bully or anything. Maybe we don't agree, but I'm genuinely, I'm truthfully interested to understand your opinion completely, right? So this is just to make things clear here. All right. So I want to have peace, and I want to be back in my country and visit my people. Hate to see my people be killed. Yeah, I understand. Well, all right. Wellington Masil says, I send. So, sorry, I'm gonna like the English teacher will send here. So we can say I stand with Iran, right? Not I'm stand. The same thing goes for agree. I see a lot of people say I am agree. Normally we say I agree. So the same thing here. Because stand is a verb. So we have I is the subject, stand is the verb. Wonderful. Can you tell me which country you are from? Again, I'm not I'm not guys targeting anyone or like questioning anyone. These are just like information as a part of our discussion. As I said, I'm from Morocco. I'm supporting Iran as well. I'm sorry, Shida. I'm supporting Iran. Just in this war, as I said, we're talking about just this war. Um, uh, because I believe, like Wellington, I think Wellington, me and you, we have a lot in common actually in this opinion, which is that Iran. I too believe that Iran has the right to defend itself. So that's what I believe. From Brazil, wonderful, perfect. Yeah. So this is what I want. I want the discussion to go on. This is the question, by the way. Who do you think is in the right? Who do you think is in the right? Maybe some of you will think that neither of them is in the right, and please feel free to express that opinion. Say, hey, I don't think anyone here is in the right. Altus was Iran, but from another angel. I'm also. I didn't get your idea, Shida. I'm sorry. Can you express it in a different way? If you can express it in a different way, I will be very thankful. Both has all right, yes. So this is what I said. A lot of people will say, well, you know what, I don't support neither. I think both of them are in the wrong. And that's of course a very acceptable opinion as well. We're just trying to have like a discussion about what's going on, because let me ask you another question actually. Do you feel anxious? Do you feel a little bit worried about where things are going? Do you feel a little bit worried about where things are going these days? Another angle. All right, another angle, you mean? Not angel. Another angle. So this is our right angle. We are discussing the ongoing war between Iran and Israel, and we are at the same time learning some English, right? So we are doing both at the same time. So the question we are discussing now, the first question was, which country do you stand with? Do you stand with Israel or do you stand with Iran? The second question we are discussing now is, who do you think is in the right? When we say who is in the right, we mean who is like who is doing the right thing. Sorry, who is doing the right thing? I think Israel. All right, let me see. Wellington. Wellington is having some very interesting pieces of opinion. I think Israel is a racial and colonial regime, and it should fall. That's the opinion of a lot of people, actually. Yeah, so for people watching, you can tell me, hey, I feel more with Shida, who says that both of them are in the wrong. Or some of you can say, hey, you know what? I agree more with Wellington, who is saying that Israel should vanish. So you can agree with either. So again, who do you think is in the right? Do you think it's Netanyahu or Khamenei? And as I said in the very beginning of this live stream, it feels like we are unwillingly. So when we say the word unwillingly, let me write it for you in the chat. Unwillingly. So unwillingly meaning we don't, when you are pushed to something and you don't want it. So unwillingly, we write it. Yeah. So we are unwillingly, this is the word, unwillingly being dragged to World War III without our permission, especially for us who don't live in neither Iran nor Israel or America as well. So we feel that we are unwillingly being dragged to World War III that we absolutely don't want. But I think you know what? Sometimes like my opinion will appear, which is that I feel like it's that Israel is dragging the whole world to this because it was Israel who started this from the very beginning. This is very unfortunate. All right. Please, for people watching, I see a lot of people watching today. Today we are hitting like record numbers in our channel, and maybe since you guys are all here, let me remind you. Our channel Wu English is a channel dedicated to actually learning English, right? We are a channel dedicated and specialized in learning English. We provide you with videos, with tools that will help you learn English the best way and the easy way. However, sometimes, or well, our videos, because we teach English through videos and through stories, our videos and stories are always related and linked to what's going on in the world. So you will find us today to discussing Iran and Israel's war. At the same time, I'm gonna be introducing some English, some useful English for you. So okay, so we're not just discussing Iran and Israel; we are also learning some English at the same time. But I really hope you guys will join the discussion. Both countries is enough smart to start the Third World War, and we don't want them to. Hopefully they won't. Hopefully they won't. Yeah. All right. Next question. Let's see the next question. So I'm just like, well, for people who have just joined, we're just asking some random questions, right, about the ongoing situation between Iran and Israel, and um, we want to see what you guys think, right? We don't judge anyone. We already have opposing opinions in the chat, and it's okay. Everyone has their own opinion, right? So that's totally fine. That's totally fine. Who do you think is a real threat? Let me see if I can see that. Who do you think is a bigger threat to the world? Is it Iran or Israel? And here we are going to more and more interesting and important questions like this one. Who do you think is a bigger threat? Is a more dangerous state to the world? Is it Israel or Iran? Because both countries accuse each other of being like a threat to the world and a source of instability. So Iran says, well, Israel is the source of instability in the Middle East. Iran as well, or Israel as well, says, well, Iran is the source of instability in the Middle East. What do you guys, viewers of Wu English, think? Which one is a bigger threat to the world? Which one do you think is the source of instability in the Middle East? I was hoping for like a fire live stream today. I was hoping that you guys will be like really like discussing and fighting in the chat. And of course, fighting like with words or fighting more like appropriately with arguments. But I think I'm gonna be disappointed today. Okay. All right. Very interesting. So Mida said, well, you know what? Neither. It's actually the United States who is the biggest threat to the world, and that's a very interesting take. Do you agree? What do you think? Is it Israel, Iran, or maybe like Mida is saying, the United States is the bigger threat? Nema, where have you gone? You shared your opinion in the beginning and then you disappeared. Israel and I think there is something wrong in this map. Uh, Israel, and I think there is something wrong. I think I know what you mean. I think I know what you mean. You mean that that's Palestine and stuff. Um, you mean the map of Israel? And I totally know what you mean. I'm just using what some countries accept, of course. But I know exactly what you mean. A lot of people will join you in saying that, well, that's not the map of Israel. But yeah, all right. Let's look at the next one. Yes, this is a very interesting question as well. And I hope more people will join us in this discussion. Do you think the war between Israel and Iran is a political war or a religious war? Because a lot of people say, well, you know what? They are not fighting for politics. They are fighting because they have or they are following different religions. Do you think this is a war of religion or do you think this is a war of politics? Which one do you think is the most accurate? I'm sorry if I keep going out and in. I think for me, I think it's political. I will be honest. I believe, personally, I believe that this is a political war. It has nothing to do with religion. Because I know a lot of Jewish people who don't like the state of Israel. And I know a lot of Muslims, of course, who don't agree on many things with the state of Iran. So this is definitely not a religious war, but rather this is a political war. This is a purely political war for me. But let me see what you guys think. Shida and Nima and Mr. Wellington. The three of you guys are very active today. Thank you so much for that. Is this your first time watching our channel, or have you watched some of our previous live streams? Because just to tell you, this is not what our live streams look like. This is just because we have a very interesting and urgent things going on in the world right now, and we felt that, well, as a channel who is dedicated to learning English, we cannot just uh, ignore all what's going on in the world and keep talking about English alone. We want to mix both. We want to talk about English. We want to learn some English, but at the same time, we want to learn or we want to talk about things that really matter for people who watch us, for our viewers. So yeah. All right. So, do you think this is a for me? This is the first time joining your channel. Wonderful. And believe me, Shida, you will like our channel. You will love our channel. We are not always political, by the way. Just like last live stream, it was about grammar. It had nothing to do with politics, right? Our last live stream was 100% English. It was just about grammar and vocabulary and communication and writing. But we felt we needed to talk about this topic, right? Because, well, and also because our viewers chose it. We had the poll on our channel, and the majority of our viewers chose to talk about Israeli war with Iran. Okay. Shall we move to the next question, or are there more people wanting? I'm wondering, where are the people of X? You guys are very, very political people. You like to argue a lot, and you're not here, unfortunately. I would love to see your opinions. I would love to see your opinions here. Okay, next question. Next question. Yes, this is the most important question now. This is the most important question now. Should America, the conflict, all right, Nema. Nema, a bit, okay, before we go to the next question, let me see what Nema says. The conflict is political, about power, security, and influence. And I totally agree with that. And I like you the way you answered. Your answer is very concise and very, very, like very brief, and it tells it all. In English we say concise. Concise, it has two meanings in one. Concise, when we say something is concise, like Ni'ma's answer was concise. So concise, something concise means something that is short, but it conveys everything. It gives you a full answer, right? So if I give you some concise information, I give you a lot of information in a very short sentence. That's what Ni'ma did. Okay, next question. Yes. Should the United States intervene in what's going on in Iran? The $1 million question, that's it. While you guys are answering or thinking about this, I wanna check how the life looks from. All right, good. All right, so people of all right, test. Okay, so I did a little test from our channel. Oh no, they don't appear. So maybe people were okay. Let me see. All right, so they don't appear actually here. So maybe there were people talking, because I tried to comment from X, where people are, well, a lot of people are watching actually, 35 people. 30 people of X, hi, I see you now. But unfortunately, I don't think you guys can chat. This is very unfortunate, man. Because I just chatted, or I sent something, but it's not appearing. That's sad. All right. Still waiting for my answer here. Do you think the United States should intervene? Do you think the United States should join the war between the United States, between Iran and Israel? And just one thing to let you know, actually, a lot of congressmen, you know what is a congressman? So, congressmen, the Congress. So, the Congress is where the laws and the very big decisions are made in the United States, right? And the Congress can decide whether to go on a war or no. And a lot of congressmen think that that the United States should join, right? While others think that the United States should not join. So there is a big gap, or a big divide. We say in English divide. Divide means like, all right, though she supports Israel. This is what I like. Divide. So though she agrees with Israel, though she supports Israel, from what she said, she still says no to war. Let me correct the divide. Yeah. So divide means like there is a big difference between people, like people don't agree. So there is a big difference, big divide in the United States between people who want to go to war and people who don't want to go to war. but the majority don't want to go to war. The majority join what Shida says. Mukhtar, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Amin, thank you so much. Thank you so much. That really warmed my heart, man. Mukhtar, where are you from? Where are you from? Nema also says no. Thank you, Nema. Wonderful. So by the way, this is okay. So for people wondering, this is the question we are answering now. Should the United States join the war between Israel and Iran? And of course, when they will join, we already know which side they will join. They will join the side of Israel, of course. And the problem with that is that other countries may join as well. Other countries like what? Well, if the United States joins Israel, like other countries will join Iran, like what? Like Russia, like China, like Pakistan, and then India, France, the United Kingdom, they will join Israel and the United States. So it will very, very shortly turn into World War III. So we have a lot of people or countries fighting for. And this was all started by Israel. So Shida says, I'm against any war. What are you from? We have USA joining every issues and play like an angel. Exactly. That's what a lot of Americans even realize. So a lot of Americans say, hey, the United States intervened in Iraq and they gained nothing. Well, mostly nothing. They gained oil and a lot of gold and a lot of money. They said the United States joined the war in Afghanistan. They gained nothing as well. So, yeah, you can't. And I live in Algeria. That's wonderful, man. That's wonderful. I'm Moroccan too, by the way. That's cool. How long have you been living in Algeria? And is there a chance I can visit Algeria one day? Because I would love to. I'm not angry with you to be the world war. You don't agree with me, or you are angry with me. Which one? Do you agree, or are you angry with me? Which one is it? So, Mukhtar, how long have you been living in Algeria? Um, how can like? Of course, there are visas and there are a lot of things, but how easy is the process? Because I want to visit Algeria one day. Not angry, agree. Okay. You don't agree with me. All right. So, Shida, I'm sorry. Just gonna correct this. We say I agree or I don't agree. All right. So that's how we express agreement or disagreement. We either say I agree if you agree, or if I don't agree. We don't say I'm not agree. Right? We don't say I'm not agree. We say I agree with you or I don't agree with you. Or we can also say I disagree with you. I disagree. These are all like expressions. I don't agree. So these are all expressions. But thank you. Well, very, very tough times. Very tough time, to be honest. Yeah, very, very tough time. All right, let me go back to my corner. More people. I would love to have more people join. I'm from Azerbaijan. I think Iran people aren't Muslim, but I think Azerbaijan they said that they support Iran. I look. Oh, all right, I'm speaking my language. I got start speaking my native language. Look, I know what I understand what you mean. However, this is not for me. I was oh wow. You know, I had a student once because I'm a teacher. I had a student once who had a Moroccan father and an Algerian mother. And he was living in Algeria. Well, he studied high school in Morocco, but then he moved to Algeria to study university. For the gentleman or the lady from Azerbaijan, I totally agree. I totally understand your standing point. However, I don't think this is a religious war, to be honest. Though I promise you guys, I'm not gonna get any political here, but I don't think this is a religious war. This is a political war. Me too. Probably I don't agree with some of the things that Iran did in the past, or Iran does, or how probably they are doing certain things. But we can all agree that Iran is defending itself because it was Israel who started this attack. This is my opinion again. I'm not imposing it on anyone. Shida, for example. Thank you so much, Mukhtar. Thank you so much. Thank you, man. Shida, for example, she agrees more with Israel, and that's her right because she says that uh, she is from Iran and she had to dislocate and relocate from her. So it's understandable, but I think like whether we agree with Iran or not on their religion, that's I think a different question. I don't know whether you get me or you agree with me or not. By the way, let me know the person from Azerbaijan. Your country, I think, supports Iran. No, this is I'm not challenging you or something. I'm asking you because I heard that some country there supports Iran, but I don't remember which country, and I was just making sure I know the one. Yes, this is the next question. All right, let me check. Thank you, man. Thank you. Thank you for being here and for. Is Israel, yes, is Israel acting in self-defense? And of course, we can answer the same question for Iran. Is Iran acting in self-defense? Do you agree with the Israeli argument that so Israel says we attacked. All right, scroll for old comments. I don't see any comments. Well, Israel says we attacked Iran because they were developing nuclear weapon. How true is that statement? I don't know. But do you support that Israel attacked Iran in self-defense? This is self-defense. Shida. Turkey is supporting Iran. A lot of countries are supporting Iran, and a lot of countries are supporting Israel. So this is why I said the moment the United States will join the war, because they will definitely join with Israel, hell will break loose. Like the Third World War will officially start because America will start attacking Iran. Maybe Russia will start attacking Israel. Pakistan will start attacking Israel. So a lot of countries will start supporting either side, and like things will not be beautiful from then on. Mhm. Aram Hassan, right? Where do you come from? I'm from Morocco. Aram, what about you? What about you? Iraq supporting Iran, indeed. Yes, Iraq also supports Iran. And I think a lot of Arab countries will support Iran. Unfortunately, there are some countries that may not support Iran, that may stay neutral, or may support Israel, unfortunately. But I think Iraq is one of the countries that will definitely support Iran. I think Yemen as well. Yemen already expressed their full support for Israel, for Iran. Sorry. As I said, I was expressing or I was explaining earlier the thing about the Congress. So the Congress, this is the Congress. So the Congress is basically like the the place where laws are made in the United States. And a lot of congressmen are pushing Trump, are encouraging Trump to join Israel, to support Israel. However, a lot of those congressmen, so people who work in the Congress are called congressmen, support Israel. Oh, interesting. This is the first time the first time I think about this. I didn't know. I thought that they were supporting Iran. That's so interesting. So as I was saying, a lot of congressmen are pushing Trump to join the war. And well, very few congressmen are pushing for Trump to stay away, to stay neutral. However, the majority of those congressmen who are pushing Donald Trump to join the war with Iran are actually paid by countries support Iran. Hopefully, Father Rahman. Hopefully, man. Hopefully, we hope that they will all unite. Um, uh, uh, they are all supported. Most congressmen who are saying that Israel should join the war are supported by the so-called IPAC. So IPAC is a like it's a community, or it's a lobbying group that is pushing for the benefits of Israel. Azerbaijan, I didn't know this, to be honest. They are more smart to involve in the war between Israel. Hopefully, let's pray for them. Let's pray that the United States will stay away from this conflict. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them square it up between each other. They started this. Let them square it up, please. You can support whichever side you like, but please just don't support the Sunnis countries not supporting Iran. No, no, they are actually well, the majority are, at least, even if they disagree with them like religiously, uh, they don't they because they hate Israel. That's why they don't support Israel. All Muslim countries support Iran. Hopefully, yeah. Shida says no. The Sunnis countries not supporting Iran. Some of them, some of them. But I think, for example, Morocco. I'm Moroccan. What is my friend Nema? So Nema's from Morocco, and we are Sunnis, and we want peace. Absolutely. I think that will be the best option. Only Iran supports itself. Not there are countries. There is Pakistan, for example. They support Iran. There is China. They support Iran. There is Russia. Actually, they support Iran. Um, uh, what else? Yemen. They support Iran. North Korea. They support Iran. By the way, North Korea. North Korea. They support Iran. They said officially that we support Iran's right to defend itself. Yes, so true. So there are countries that support Iran. Yes. Who uses propaganda more? By the way, do you know, guys, what propaganda is? What is propaganda? What is propaganda? People of X, come on! I want to see some chat. Okay, Shida, can you give us a definition? Maybe another word for what propaganda is. Nice. Your level in English is so good, Shida, by the way. Do you study it by yourself, or did you study it back in school, or how did you study it? Okay. All right. All right. Iran distorts Islam. Sure. Listen to YouTube. Listen to YouTube. I know, Shida, you are listening from YouTube. Because I have 35 people listening from X. More people actually watch from X than from YouTube. But I don't know why they don't appear here. I don't know. And people on Twitter, they absolutely love to argue. Those people live to argue. They just don't love. They live to argue. Um, what was I saying? Yes. So propaganda. So because we are asking the question about propaganda now. So The question is, who do you think is using more propaganda? So propaganda, basically, let me write it down before I explain it. Propaganda. So propaganda is when the media, when a state or a person uses the media. So this is propaganda. So when a person or a government or a country uses the media to change the facts, right? To change the facts and spread some information and favor one side over the other, are the same country. This is, by the way, a very widespread opinion. A lot of people think, well, this is just some play. This they are the same country. Yeah. People is propaganda is when one saying something to change your exactly. So propaganda, basically, like Shida is saying here, is when the media is used to change and to change your opinion and to affect your opinion. Because normally the main role of the media is not to change your opinion; it's to give you the facts, to give you the information, and you need to make your own opinion. All right. So the media needs to. I'm coming to you. So needs to. So the media needs to give you the information, and you need to make your own opinion. But with propaganda, like Shida is saying here, with propaganda, the media itself is trying to make your opinion for you. Is trying to tell you what to think. That's propaganda, basically. And it is done by repeating the same thing again and again and again and again, so that you will internalize it and you will believe it is the truth. So the question that I'm asking here is, which country do you think is using more propaganda? Um, a lot of people struggle pronouncing. Okay, thank you. I don't know why I pronounce it father. I don't know why I pronounce it. So Fath Rahman. Okay. Okay, my bad. I always ask people to like to pronounce or to tell me how to pronounce their names, just so that I don't make these silly mistakes. Sorry, Fath Rahman. Where are you from, by the way? I see you are in the. Is that the pilgrimage, or okay, not the pilgrimage, but where are you from? By the way, for people from X, you can check all our videos on X, on our channel on X, which is Wu English, so the same. Aram Hassan, fighting is not good because Saudi Arabia, right? Perfect. Fighting is not good because our life is too short and we have to live in this world peacefully. Hopefully, man, we that's what we all hope, Hassan. That's what we all hope. But there are some countries that don't like this. There are some countries that just don't that just want to fight war. And I'm sorry, but I think Israel is the major one. Because Israel is always fighting. Israel has been fighting since its creation in 1948. They've been consistently fighting. They fought with everybody, probably. So that's why I really hope for peace. Shida also supports Israel, but she is hoping for peace because Israel is like doing its best to not to make peace. Yes, this is a very important question. Yeah, here it should be yes or no. Okay, here it should be yes or no. So the question here is, do you think the world is turning a blind eye on Israel? So what do we mean by blind eye? When you sell their someone should sell their VPN, you mean VPN? Is that VPN, Shida? So to turn a blind eye on something is to act as if you didn't see something. So imagine I saw you do something very bad. If I turn a blind eye on you, that means that I act as if I didn't see you at all. So I just like ignore it. So that's what the sentence means. So turn a blind eye. So the question here is, do you think the world is ignoring? The world is acting as if they don't see what Israel is actually doing. There is a statement by Iranian officials saying that Iran's goal is to destroy Saudi Arabia, not Israel. Fathur Rahman, what do you think about this? Since you are from Saudi Arabia. Well, for sure, Mukhtar. Actually, Iran and Israel are not on good terms. Good terms means they are not. They don't agree. They are not on good terms, right? Israel and Iran are not on good terms. Israel and Iran. Iran and Saudi Arabia are not on good terms, right? But is Iran trying to attack Israel or trying to attack Saudi Arabia? That's something that I cannot tell you for sure. Fathur Rahman is here. He is from Saudi Arabia. Can you please, Fathur Rahman, tell us uh, what is the general opinion of people in uh, in Saudi Arabia about Israel? What is the general opinion? Hello, Mr. Miko. How are you? Maybe I've seen you before in our live streams because I don't think this is your first time. I like the little monkey next to your name. Where are you from? Today's live stream was very good, actually, in terms of viewership, but in terms of engagement, we had some very interesting comments. We have some very interesting arguments, and by Mukhtar, by Shida. Thank you so much, Miko. By Fathur Rahman, by Aram Hassan, by what is my friend Wellington, by Ni'ma, by a lot of people, like the person from Azerbaijan. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Nobody will join Iran. Can you tell me your name, the person from Azerbaijan, because I don't know how to pronounce those letters. No one will join Iran. I hope no one will join this war at all. Miko, where are you joining us from? You see, we had some like very small discussions or very small questions, and we managed to have like very rich discussions from that. Maybe next time, you know what I will try to do next time? Maybe I will try. Iran will lose this war. I really hope no one will lose. Where are you from? I'm from Morocco, Miko. What about you? Please, the person from Azerbaijan, write for me your name so that I can call you by your name, because I don't know how to read those, like, I think Russian letters. What was I saying? Yes, from very small questions, very tiny questions, we managed to have very interesting discussion, I think. From Baku. So I can just call you Baku? Is that what you want me to call you? I'm asking about your name. How do you write your name in English? How do you spell your name in English, I should say? Okay, next question. Let's see the next question. All right. Which one is worse, nuclear threats or occupation? Again, the question that I have for you today, they are not from. They are not like just like random questions. They are questions based on all the discussions. How much do you earn from YouTube? I cannot share that with you. Very interesting question, Mr. Miko. Mr. Miko, are you planning to join YouTube to start making content? Because on Woo English, it's not just me. It's a team. It's a whole team. Good. Okay. So who said Saudi Arabia? I think Mukhtar said. So this is a very interesting. This is a very interesting comment for me, because me too. I want to know. I genuinely want to know. Again, when you hear me ask someone a question or say something to someone, I'm not attacking you. I'm not arguing with you. When I asked Mr. Fathur Rahman about the opinion of the Saudi people regarding Iran and its war, I was not trying to trap him or like to. I really genuinely want to learn. So let's hear his, or let's read his comment. Despite of a lot of people disagree with the regime in Iran, but seeing Israel is an aggressor, so they run passionate. They are passionate with Iran. I sure, yeah. So this is, by the way, the opinion of a lot of people in the Arab world and the Islamic world. A lot of people don't agree with Iran. A lot of people don't agree with what Iran used to do, especially in Syria and in other countries, in Iraq as well, in Saudi Arabia. Okay, so Iran, like a lot of people don't agree with what Iran is doing. Um, so but given that, like Fatah Rahman, Israel is the aggressor, is the one who started the war. A lot of people no longer sympathize with Israel. Uh, Azerbaijan not supports Iran. Iran does not care about religion. We said it in the beginning. We said it in the beginning. Actually, we said in the beginning. We said that mostly this is not a religious war. This is a political war, both on the side of Israel and on the side of Iran. Because Israel, of course, is not fighting in the name of the Jews. It's just fighting its own war. So, which one do you think is worse? Nuclear threats that Israel is saying that, well, Iran is threatening us with nuclear weapons, or occupation, which Israel has been doing for the last 70 years? No answers. So, next question then. Yes. This is also a very interesting question. Like a lot of people, especially in the United States, are discussing this question, and you will find it a lot on X. Should the United States stop funding Israel? Should the United States stop funding Israel? All right, let me stay here. From the beginning, how did the United States join from the very beginning? Because so far, I think the United States is still trying not to join. However, from the creation, from the very beginning of Israel, that can't happen. Why, Ali? Hi, welcome first to the discussion. Why can't that happen? Miko, excuse me very much. I want to be a YouTuber like you. You tell me, how much do you earn from 10, 100K views? I don't know, man. I'm just a part of the team. And it depends on a lot of things, like how much do you gain? Okay, thank you, Shida. I hope we will. I hope we will see you like in other occasions. By the way, for people who probably stumble on our channel for the first time, Woo English is a channel dedicated to learning English through stories. You will find us on YouTube, mainly on YouTube, on Facebook, and on X as well. And we share every single day. Every single day, we share videos that you can use to learn English and to improve your English. But at the same time, every week, twice a week, like Tuesday and Friday, we have live streams like the one you are watching. This live stream was very political. I do apologize for that, but most of our live streams are about learning English. So we really don't go that much into politics, but it's just when it's the actuality. We like to merge and to combine what's going on in the world with English. So you are learning English and you are learning what's going on in the world. And but most of our live streams are about grammar, vocabulary, like things that will help you improve your English. All right, I think that was that for this live stream probably. But let me see if I still have any more questions for you guys. I hope I will get some answers for the last question. Right. All right. What do you think? All right. So, do you think Iran, with its war against Israel, do you think it's hurting or it's helping Palestinian cause? And by the way, you can also share with us what you think about the Palestinian cause, like the Israeli-Palestinian war, because a lot of people here are with Israel. So, what do you think about the Israeli war in Palestine? Because that's also a very important topic, like the Israeli war in Palestine. That's something that we did not mention from the very beginning, but this I think it will be a quite good point to end with. For the most part, of course, we talked about Israel and Iran. You guys shared your opinions. I really thank you for that. Miko, I'm sorry if I couldn't share with you like the exact earnings of the channel because that's not something that I am into. I'm part of a big team of full English. I'm not one person, and I can't share that kind of opinion, of course, or that kind of information. Sorry, I'm just one of the like a lot of people working in the channel. Right, so I think we came to an end, guys. I think with the live stream. So thank you so much for joining, and thank you so much for watching. It was very good. It was actually a record live stream for us on the channel. Like we've never reached these numbers. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here, and hopefully this will end well for the world. And see you in the next live stream. Thank you so much. The next live stream, of course.